I had enough of your bullying.
Sent back exactly as you gave it. She didn't scream because she was scared. She screamed because something inside her finally erupted. One moment, a yank tore her head backward, Troy's fist tangled in her hair, and the next, the same boy was on the floor, howling like an injured animal, his arm twisted in a way no arm should bend. The entire hallway froze at once. You could almost feel the air crackle. No one, not even him, saw it coming. But Eva Martinez, she was finished being anybody's target. This is where her story begins, the story of how a girl who once stayed silent found her strength in the moment meant to break her. Eva had only been at Meadowbrook High for 2 weeks. The new girl label was practically stitched onto her skin by now. 4 schools in 3 years. She didn't even bother unpacking her boxes anymore. Why would she? They'd be gone again soon. At least that's what life had taught her. Her mom swore this move would be different, that this time Ava could finally settle, make friends, actually finish high school. But fresh starts don't erase old scars. She moved through those halls like a quiet storm, headphones in, long black hair tied low, sleeves pulled past her wrists. Not shy, just watchful. She'd learned how to read people long before they learned her name, learned how to sense trouble before it touched her. But trouble rarely waits for permission. First came the whispers, she's weird, probably homeschooled, looks crazy, then the laughs when she walked by, the shoulder bumps, the trash stuffed into her locker, and then the hair. Troy Jensen, loudmouth basketball ego, crowd pleaser, saw an audience waiting. On that Friday afternoon, he made his move. Have you ever watched a moment go wrong in slow motion? If you have, tap that like button, because this one was about to snap. Eva had been walking past the cafeteria doors when Troy stepped in behind her, wearing that smirk he saved for performances. His friends leaned in, phones ready, waiting for the show. Hey, new girl, he taunted. What are you hiding under all that hair? Before she could react, he yanked hard. Her head snapped back so violently, her vision blurred. The laughter around them burst instantly, but it didn't last. Because Eva didn't fall. She pivoted. In a split second, so fast the crowd barely registered it, something inside her clicked, like a switch flipping after years of pressure. She reached up, grabbed his wrist with both hands, and twisted with a clean, controlled precision that didn't come from instinct. It came from training. A loud crack shot through the hallway, then Troy's scream, then total, suffocating silence. Phones froze midair. Even the fluorescent lights seemed to hum quieter. A teacher rushed in, breathless. What happened? Nobody answered. Eva didn't scream. She didn't panic. She stood perfectly still, chest rising and falling, eyes steady as she said, "He pulled my hair." The nurse later wrapped a thin bandage around the small cut on her neck. The principal couldn't stop clearing his throat. Troy's parents stormed into the school threatening charges, and the counselor, voice gentle as glass, asked the question everyone else was thinking. Have you experienced violence before? Eva nodded. She had, just not like this. Years earlier, relentless bullying had landed her in the hospital. Not because she fought, but because she never did. That's when her grandfather, a retired martial arts instructor, sat beside her bed and said, "You don't need to hurt people, but you do need to know how to protect yourself when nobody else will." Her grandfather trained her for 3 years in quiet backyards and dim garage spaces. Balance, discipline, control, restraint. She never imagined she'd have to use any of it at school. Not until that hallway. Troy's arm was officially fractured. His friends tried to lie at first, swearing she attacked him out of nowhere. But in a school full of phones, the truth travels faster than gossip. Too many angles caught exactly what happened. The yank, the twist, the fall. The video leaked online within hours. And then the comments came flooding in. She's a hero. He had it coming. Finally, someone stands up to a bully. But Eva didn't care about the praise or the noise. She cared about whether things would finally calm down. The school launched a full investigation. By the end of it, Eva was cleared of any wrongdoing. Troy, on the other hand, was suspended indefinitely. Still, that wasn't the victory she wanted. For a while, people kept their distance. Not out of fear, but out of something else, something like respect. Students would catch her eye in the hallway, then look away quickly. Some muttered apologies under their breath. Others offered small, uncertain smiles. No one bumped her locker. No one whispered when she walked by. Slowly, Eva began lifting her chin a little higher. Her steps grew lighter. She joined a couple of clubs. She even started tutoring a girl who reminded her painfully of her younger self. Quiet, overlooked, tired from folding herself small. And somewhere in that routine, Eva began to breathe. Have you ever surprised yourself with strength you didn't know you had? If yes, go ahead and hit that like button because Eva's transformation wasn't done yet. One afternoon, she walked into the principal's office with a question that would change everything. Can I start a student-led self-defense group? Not a fight club, not revenge, just a space where students, especially girls, could feel safe and capable. The principal blinked at her, stunned for a full 3 seconds before managing, self-defense group? Eva nodded, calm but certain. Not a place to throw punches or settle scores, just a safe corner of the school where students could learn what she once had to learn alone: how to stand, how to breathe, how to protect themselves when no one else steps in. Word spread faster than morning announcements. By the end of the week, the sign-up sheet was overflowing. Girls who'd been too scared to speak up, boys who'd been pushed around, freshmen, seniors, kids who hid in bathrooms during lunch. They all showed up. They all wanted to feel less powerless. And Eva, she stepped into a role she never expected. She wasn't the new girl anymore. She became someone students gravitated toward, someone who carried a quiet kind of strength that didn't need noise to be seen. A protector, a leader, a sister to the ones who needed one most. During their first official session, she stood in front of the group, hands steady despite the nerves fluttering in her chest. The mats were old, the gym echoed too much, but none of that mattered. What mattered were the eyes watching her, not with fear, but with trust. Have you ever walked into a room and realized people were counting on you? If you have, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Stories like these deserve to be heard. Weeks passed and the club grew even stronger. Students practiced stance, reaction timing, awareness, confidence, and through it all, Eva kept her grandfather's words close. You don't fight to hurt, you fight to stop the hurt. It wasn't about retaliation. It was about reclaiming space, about choosing courage over silence, about turning fear into something usable, something powerful. And people were starting to notice. It all came full circle the day Eva was asked to speak at a school assembly. The gym buzzed with chatter, sneakers squeaking on the bleachers, teachers shushing entire rows at once. When Eva stepped onto the stage, the noise softened. Not out of fear, but focus. People wanted to hear her. The principal introduced her as a student who turned a moment of pain into purpose. Eva almost smiled at that. She looked out at hundreds of faces, some familiar, some strangers, all watching. Her voice was steady when she answered the question the school kept asking her. How did you stay so calm that day? Eva took a breath. I didn't twist his arm to hurt him. I defended myself to stop him. Her words cut clean through the room. Sometimes silence speaks loud, but action makes sure you're heard. The crowd didn't clap right away. They just absorbed it. Have you ever heard one sentence change a room? If you have, hit that like button. It helps this story reach the people who need it. After the assembly, students she barely knew came up to her, some thanking her, some admitting they wished they'd stood up for themselves sooner. Others simply said, I'm glad you're here. Eva carried each moment quietly, like adding bricks to a foundation she'd finally started building for herself. Life didn't become perfect. It didn't need to. She had peace now, earned, not given. She walked with her head held higher, joined by people who understood her strength without misunderstanding her silence. And the lesson she wanted everyone to remember was the same one carved into her own bones. Never mistake quiet for weakness. Never confuse calm with helplessness. And never assume someone won't fight back simply because they haven't before. From the other side of silence, toss stories. Drop a comment with respect and share where you're watching from. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story, because when the wrong person pulls the wrong string, they might snap something that doesn't heal easily.